Alright guys, it is a beautiful day in New England. Getting outside on days like today is super important, especially for us poker players. Spending a lot of time indoors, you have to take advantage of days like this. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's go play poker. Welcome back, guys. I wanted to start this vlog by showcasing my growth as a player. This hand isn't big by any means, but I think it shows a lot of personal growth and just some impressive discipline. A guy sits down, takes out a ton of chips from his pockets, and just puts them in a pile in front of him. Immediately opens to $25, action folds to me on the button, and I peel 8-9 of hearts. Point of discipline 1. I don't 3-bet. I have a suited connector, guys. I'm a degenerate. I'm on the button with a suited connector. I'm 3-betting almost pure. But this time, I said, you know what? Not today, Satan. So I just make the call. The small blind now 3-bets to 125. And my degen brain is going, please call to the original raiser. Because if he calls, I call. We go 3 ways to a flop in position with a suited connector. Every degenerate's dream. The original raiser does not call, though. He makes it $350. Point of discipline 2. I just snap fold. There was a time, guys, when I was a less experienced punter that I would be like, you know what? This hand has good equity against anything. Look at all this dead money. Maybe I just ship it in. They can't really call unless they have aces, and if there's ever a hand to crack aces, it's probably 9-8 suited. The small blind now jams for $1,000 effective, and I'm really patting myself on the back for this fold. Even more so when the original raiser snap calls, the board runs out, the small blind shows queens, and the original raiser shows pocket aces. Not a big hand by any means, but just wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know what you think. Am I being a little soft, not shipping it in here? Or was it a great fold with 9 high? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Alright, let's get into a real hand. Alright, first actual hand. There's 2 limps to me in the hijack, and I peel pocket 6s. I decide to limp in here. I really hate limping, but pocket 6s doesn't feel strong enough to squeeze, especially with several opponents left to act, but it also feels too strong to fold. The cutoff raises to $35. Action folds around to the other 2 limpers who make the call, and then I make the call as well. 4 ways to a flop of 8, 4, 3 with 2 clubs. Action checks to the cutoff, who bets $45. Both early position players make the call, and with action on me, I get some devious thoughts going through my brain. The original raiser can just be taking a stab with hands like ace queen, ace king, stuff like that. And the callers, as long as they're not slow playing a set, should fold pretty much anything to a raise. I can still have the best hand here a lot. I don't know. I raised to $210, pretty much just thinking I want to win the hand right now. There's a ton of dead money out there, and I want it. Let me know in the comments, guys. I talked to Jay about it. I'm 99% sure this is a punt. He was not impressed by this play at all. Let me know what you guys think, but everybody folded really fast, so I got rewarded for this absolutely, I don't know, maybe it was genius. Maybe I'm a genius, maybe I'm a punter. That's for you guys to decide. That's enough rambling. Next hand.
1 hour later.
This next hand happens like an hour after the pocket 6s hand, and generally just throughout this session I was super card dead. The action also died down a little bit, and I was joking about it with the guy to my right, and we decided we're gonna liven up the action by doing straddles. So I put the $10 straddle on, and there's 4 limps to me. I look down at ace 4 of hearts. This is the best hand I've seen all day. I make it $85. I immediately regret this decision, as the older gentleman to my left limp re-raises to 160. Action folds to me, and I just can't help but feel like I just got absolutely owned. Like, I don't want to call, I don't want to jam, and I don't want to fold. So he just put me in the absolute blender. It's like he can see my cards. I mean, as long as he doesn't have aces, I'm priced in. I make the call, and we're off to a flop of king 6-6 with 2 clubs. I check, He bets 200, leaving himself with about $400 behind. And yeah, what do you want me to do? I snap fold, obviously. He flashes me the ace king, and I thank the poker gods they didn't tempt me with a check jam bluff. I'll admit it, I got owned this hand, but you just gotta shake it off. Move on to the next one. There's an early position open to 15, and guys, finally, the drought is over. I peel pocket queens. Bump it up to $60, and then things get interesting. Both the blinds make the call, and the original raiser makes the call as well. So, we are 4 ways to a flop in a 3-bet pot, and I have pocket queens. There's no way I can possibly lose this hand. The flop is 10-7-5 rainbow, which is as clean as it gets. Action quickly checks to me, and I bet $125, trying to get value from 10x, 9-8, and protect from ace and king high holdings. The small blind does not agree with this price. He just goes ahead and jams for $530. Already not the best spot, but I'm thinking, I gotta call this off. This guy has been making some ridiculous plays. I can't fold to this guy. But then the big blind makes the call. Now this is even a worse spot because he can definitely have 9-8 and be like, all right, I'm just gonna gamble with my open ender. Or he could just have a set or 10-7. So now I really don't know what to do. Until the early position player jams for $1,500. And guys, I'm not the best poker player in the world, but now I know exactly what I need to do. And that's get the fuck out of this hand. I fold. The run out, no queen, so thank God that probably would have tilted the shit out of me. The small blind turns over pocket deuces for a massive punt. The big blind turns over pocket sevens for middle set. And then the early position player turns over pocket tens. So it was a set over pair, over punt situation. I can't stop laughing about how the guy with pocket deuces just absolutely unleashed the Pandora's box of this hand. Just like, he's like, all right, I'm all in. And then the craziest action all night just goes off the rails. Oh, man. I love live poker. There's an under the gun limp, and I'm next to act with king jack of clubs. I raise to $25. The cutoff makes the call, and then the button 3-bets to 100. Now the big blind snap calls the 100, and I'm left in kind of a weird spot. Calling to go out of position in a 3 or 4-way 3-bet pot doesn't feel right. Folding feels horrible. This hand is just too pretty. That leaves one option. The button could be squeezing light because he has position and the cutoff has a capped range or whatever. So I bump it up to $275. Wish I went like $325, but I was only like 1K effective with the button, so either way, stack to pot ratios would have been super low. But none of that stuff matters. I caught his hand in the cookie jar. He was trying to make a move on GTO optimized. Guys, do not 3-bet me light, okay? It's not going to end well for you. You see me at Encore or Twin River playing 2-5, just know I am probably the only player in the pool that's capable of ripping these nonsense 4-bet bluffs. So yeah, everybody folds. I take down a bunch of money pre-flop with not that great of a hand. We'll take it.
You learned your lesson.
All right, final hand of the night, and it's an absolute mess. There's one limper to me on the button, and I peel queen jack offsuit. I raise to $25. The small blind makes the call, and the limper makes the call. So we're 3 ways to a flop of king jack queen, all hearts. Shit. I don't know what to do. I mean, I flop bottom 2 pair, but there's 3 hearts out there. I have none of them, obviously. Action checks to me, and I think you definitely want to bet, but you don't want to bet big. I decide to bet big. I bet $65. This is just bad. Like, so many hands beat me. I do not need to bet this big. Like, I want to get value from hands that will call, like, $30. If I'm betting almost pot into 2 people, I'm only getting called by better. The small blind calls. The limper folds. The turn's a brick. The 7 of diamonds. Small blind checks. And yeah, I just potted again. I bet $205. I was just thinking, this guy definitely has the ace of hearts and is just calling me down with his combo draw. I don't want him to get there, and if he does, at least I put the money in good. He makes the call, and at this point, I'm pretty sure I've messed up, and this guy either flopped Broadway or a flush, and I've torched a lot of money until bang, Jack of Diamonds on the river. I have a full house. I knew I messed up pretty bad during this hand. When he called the $205 turn bet, it's pretty clear that I'm beat here. Not anymore though, guys. I'm a luck box. I just river full houses. It's so sick. He checks, and yeah, I mean, I'm all in. I jam for like $650 effective, a little bit over the pot, and he goes into the tank forever. So all my suspicions about me not being good on prior streets are confirmed. He's in the tank for a while, and I honestly feel kind of bad that I'm going to win this hand. I messed this up pretty good, but now I'm being rewarded for it. Usually when I'm on the other end of donkey stuff like this, it makes me really, really mad. So now I feel kind of bad that I'm the donkey who's getting rewarded for absolutely atrocious plays. Eventually, though, he finds the fold, which I'm totally fine with. I should not be rewarded for this hand at all, especially like winning the biggest pot of the day with it. So I'm completely fine with that. I flash him the queen jack, say nice fold, and he tells me he folded ace 10 with the ace of hearts. So yeah, I was behind the entire time. Lucky river. Should have lost this pot, but it wasn't in the poker god's will. They want me to keep punting like this. Not the craziest session ever. I was in for 1,000, out for 1,305. So a nice little profit. I think this video is a good example of what an average-ish session looks like if you're the most aggro punter in the entire Northeast. With that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment if you're feeling nice, and I'll see you guys next week.